everybody, this is Merc007 again, and today I wanted to walk through how to play Aristo-Maze, Dungeon of the Emperor. This is a fun push your luck gold management dungeon game. It's for 3 to 4 players and it takes about 60 to 90 minutes and it's for ages 12 and up. In this game, players are going to use their gold influence to pay the Thief Guild and hire adventurers and send them into the dungeon to try to get more loot. And the player who is able to earn the most influence is the winner. Each player is going to get a player board. They will get 1 card in their chosen colour. They will get 4 tokens which have the same crest as their chosen colour. One of these tokens will be placed on the number 3 on the score track. They will also get 3 coins to start off with, and they will get a hidden screen. If you have a look at one of these cards, you'll notice that there are 4 circles here. So this is the recommended seating order. So if you're going to place your cards this way, you would want the person with the red crest to sit over here, the person with the green crest, the person with the purple crest to sit on this side, and the person with the blue crest to sit on this side. Make sure the scoreboard is visible to everyone, and please place 1 gold coin in the space where it says round 1. For the character cards, if you're playing with 4 people, you will randomly take out 4 cards and then place the rest of the cards like this. It's a good idea to place them in number order. There is a number in this corner here. For 3 players, take out the Hermit card first, which is number 1, and place it in the play area. Then randomly shuffle the deck of character cards and then remove 6 of them. Then the rest are placed in the play area. Place the 20 dungeon cards off to the side. Place out all the floor tokens in order. If you're playing a practice game, you'll need to flip them to the other side. Place the gold in an accessible area, and now you're ready to play. The game is played over 3 rounds, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game is the winner. In the 3 rounds, there are 4 phases to a round. If you have a look at the player board, the numbers here, 1, 2, 3, and there's a number 4 down here, will indicate the phases. And if you follow the instructions along here, you will know how to play the game. Phase 1 is the providing phase. At the start of the providing phase, everybody cleans up their area. So all the markers that were on your player board gets returned back into the common area. Any character cards that you had in your area will get returned back to the common pool. And then you will move the round marker up 1. Everyone will get 1 return marker. Players without an intrigue marker will get 1 intrigue marker. Then you will set up the dungeon cards. You have red cards, blue cards, purple cards, and yellow cards. Shuffle these all together. Draw 8 cards. Place the others off to the side. With the 8 cards, randomly flip over 3 of them, so you'll have 3 face-up cards and 5 face-down cards. Now shuffle these together and place these where each of the levels are. In round 2, you will use the remaining 12 cards to set up the dungeon in the same way. In round 3, take all of the dungeon cards, so in round 3 you'll have 8 dungeon cards. In phase 2, the inquiry phase, players will be paying the Thief Guild to find out information about some of the hidden rooms. Place your screen over your player board and then look at the number 2 section here. Players can now secretly bid how much money they want to pay the thieves in order to have a sneak peek at what's behind the dungeon doors. So here, in this area, you can only pay 0 to 4 golds and place them in the floors that you want to look at. And you can also place an intrigue marker, or you can place a crest marker. Intrigue markers count as 2 gold, and the crest marker counts as the most for that floor. You are trying to outbid other players in order to have a look at that floor. The player that places the most gold for that floor can look at the dungeon card that corresponds to that floor. Once everyone has finished deciding how many markers they are placing on the floor, remove the screen so everyone can see. Then, depending on who placed the most on each floor, they can look at the card. So if the blue player placed the most on floor 2, they may take floor 2's dungeon card and look at it in secret. If you did not place the most, all of your tokens will go back to the common area. There are 4 types of dungeon cards. You have the blue card, which is the undead. You have the purple cards, which are the menaces. You have the red cards, which are creatures. And then you have a special yellow card, which is the legacy card. In the undead, there will be a ghost, a shadow, a zombie, a vampire, and 2 treasure cards. And the creature card will have different creatures on the other side, as well as the menace. And the last card is the legacy card. There are only 3 of these in the deck. On a card, you have the name, you have the type of card it is, for example, menace or undead. On this side, it'll show hit point damage, mental damage, spirit point damage. This will show you how many victory points you gain when you defeat this monster or event. Some cards will have an effect here. These are the 3 legacy cards. When they are placed face down during the setup of the dungeon, it says reveal this card, so it will be flipped face up. During phase 3, you will be employing adventurers to go into the dungeon. In phase 2, make sure you don't use up all your money, because if you do, you will not have enough money to hire adventurers. Place your player screen over the phase 3 area. During phase 3, there will be 2 secret bids. In this phase, players are trying to offer the most money to the adventurers available to ask them to join their party. You may only bid on the adventurers that are available in the common area. So you may place a total of up to 4 markers, and this can be a combination of gold, of crests, and intrigue markers. Once everyone has finished placing their first bid, you will reveal and move your markers onto the corresponding card into the common area. So if this is the blue player, they would place their coins for the hermit in the blue spot, their crest onto the princess in the blue spot, which is over here. In the second hidden bid, for phase 3, you can bid as much as you want, using the knowledge that you see out here. Once everyone's finished the second bid, reveal, and then move your markers to the corresponding area. So the player who has placed the most gold wins the character. When resolving the character cards, you must always go in order from the lowest number all the way up to the highest number, as sometimes their effect will affect other character cards. The gold from the winning person is placed back into the common area. Any gold from the players that have lost goes back to that player, but their crest marker and intrigue marker goes into the common area. So give that card to the person who has won. When the gold is tied, the player who has placed the crest marker here wins. Their gold goes back to the common area. The winning crest stays here. The winner takes this card. On the character card, there are a few things to look out for. Over here, we have the same things: the hit point, the mental points and the spirit points. This will form how strong your party is. Down here you have two sections here which will list what phase these events happen in. So if it says phase 3, this will happen as soon as you pick up this card and put it in your play area. For example, the assassin. He'll assassinate a character if you've placed an intrigue marker on that character. And then this will happen during phase 4. So if you place an intrigue marker on another card and you win one of these characters, you can use their special abilities. The thief, the assassin, and the ninja. During phase 4, the exploration phase, you will always have 1 hit point, 1 mental point, and 1 spirit point with your squire card, and add up all the other points for your other cards. This will tell you how strong your party is in order to defeat each of these dungeon cards. So then, choose how far along you would like to delve into the dungeon. For example, if you wanted to stop at level 4, place your return marker on level 4. That's when you will return back from the dungeon. Then you can place any skip markers you have if you want to bypass and skip a level. After you've placed your skip markers and your return marker, everybody will reveal. Any phase 4 ability or events will happen now. The player who has placed their return marker furthest along, they'll turn up all of the dungeon cards up until that floor. Starting from floor 1, everyone will resolve each floor. If you placed a skip marker for that floor, you will just go straight to floor 2. When resolving a floor, you will look at how much damage that creature or trap does. For example, the vampire will give you 2 mental damage and 1 spirit point damage, but if you defeat him, you'll get a victory point. Each time you encounter a creature or a trap, you will deduct this amount from your party's health. So for example, if I encountered the vampire has 2 mental points. And if we have a look at the party here, I currently have 2 mental points. As soon as one of my attributes are reduced to 0, hit points, mental points, or spirit points, my party fails and they retreat. If my party's health hasn't been reduced to 0, I will gain this victory point down here. And then I can continue on to the next floor. If I have a return marker on the floor I'm currently on, I will finish my round there. Anytime your party flees, you will lose 3 victory points and your exploration ends there. And make sure you adjust your victory points on the score track. If you were successful in defeating and encountering certain floors, you will also get a floor bonus. So the player board has pretty much all the information you need to play this game. And also in the manual there is a quick guide you can give to each player, as well as the breakdown of all the characters. So the player screen has all the information about the dungeon cards and all the information about each character's ability. For example, over here, all of these characters here, Hermit, Assassin, Thief, Fighter, and Priestess, will break the gate. So you can look here to see how these characters affect each of these dungeon cards. Aristo-Maze is bilingual, it's in Japanese and English, and my friends and I had a lot of fun playing this game and we can't wait to play this again. So if you're interested in this game will be available at Essen 2014, so go check out the Japan brand booth. And thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed my how to play video. See you!